What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so sorry I left you guys hanging for a while. Actually, I was creating a website. Yes, it's now up and running. If you guys want to get a painting like this is Portrait of Jamie, or like this, you can now go to www.armadillo.com and commission me from there. That is the how to order page, and you can also look at my gallery. Remember, it's www.armadillo.com. I'm really looking forward to work with you guys. I'm so stoked today. So without further ado, let's get to the painting video, which I'll be demonstrating to you the process of creating this painting right here. So this is how I tone my canvas. People call this imprimatura. I always start my painting with this imprimatura. I might not film this anymore. This is kind of boring to watch. But I guess it's good to film it at least once, so you know how I do it. So why tone the canvas? Well, for me, there are 3 reasons. The first is I hate painting on a pure white blank canvas. When I paint on a blank white canvas, it's really difficult to judge values for some reasons. The second is that if I start off with a stained canvas, it becomes my middle value. It means now I can finally paint with my titanium white to create my light. The third is because I'm painting with many thin layers. The keyword here is thin. If the paint is thin, then the shadow will most likely become weak. So this imprimatura will help strengthen my shadow. I'm using burnt umber and I thin it down with solvent OMS from Winsor & Newton, and that's it. With the imprimatura done, I then begin the sketching process. This process is called umber sketch because I'm using just one paint, that is burnt umber. People use other colors as well, raw umber, siennas, even blue. Doesn't really matter. I use burnt umber because I paint portraiture and the skin is brown. So yeah, this makes the most sense for me. The imprimatura is also done with burnt umber, so the color between these 2 layers should match perfectly. My goal in this umber sketch layer is to sketch my subject, the placement, composition, how big it will be, and although you can see it looks very ugly and there's no likeness whatsoever, this sketch is very important to me. Without this sketch, it's like I'm painting blindfolded. It's very scary and it's very easy to get lost and make mistakes. With this sketch, it acts like some kind of a blueprint for the following layers. Even though I don't really capture the likeness yet, this helps me tremendously. Also, this layer will help my shadow even more. It's really easy to create strong light, especially with titanium white because it's opaque. But the shadow, it's thin and transparent, so I need many layers to make a nice, deep, dark shadow. So my canvas is covered with paint. My shadow is starting to build up. The big picture is already there, but there are no real colors. I mean, it's just brown, and the subject isn't looking great either, because I didn't really try to capture the likeness. So in this next layer, my goal is to create some real colors and to get the likeness done. And some people traditionally do some kind of grisaille or black and white layers to map out the values. Well, I don't do that, at least not in this painting. So I skip it and go straight to the first color layer. This is purely my choice. I find that when I do grisaille, the skin tone becomes somewhat weaker. It looks less vibrant. So rather than doing some grisaille, I go straight into the first color layer, but I treat my paint like it's monochromatic. This is my palette, and this is my skin tone colors. I pre-mix 7 gradual values, from the darkest to the lightest, and that's it. That's literally the only paint I'm using for the entire first color layer for the skin. It's a skin color, but it's monochromatic. There are no hue variations, cold versus warm, no, nothing. I want to simplify the painting process. I'm treating the skin tone as a monochromatic color. This way, I don't have to worry about skin colors. I just mix the general colors of the boy's skin, make it into 7 values, and that's it. Now I only need to think about the values. And of course, the skin still needs variations. Cold, warm, grey. Otherwise, it'll look like a mannequin, right? And all of that will be addressed in the next color layer. That's why this is called the first color layer, because there will be the second color layer, the third, the fourth, and every time I pre-mix skin colors, I intentionally make them different. Perhaps the second color layer will look colder, the third will be more orangey. I adjust it as necessary. People seem to misunderstand this concept. Why bother painting over and over again with many layers if you just cover the last layer with a new one? Well, thing is, I don't cover the whole layer with new paint. I just repaint and fix the problematic areas. Some areas might have 1 color layer, some have 2, some have 3. Surely not everything has 3, and all of the layers will work as 1 at the end, if that makes sense. This first color layer usually is the longest to finish. I'm addressing the skin tone, background colors, and the likeness. And the longer I work this on, usually the easier and the faster the upcoming layers will be, as 80% of the work has been completed here in this layer. So here you will understand how easy it is to do oil painting. Although there are so many complex problems, you don't have to face them all at once. Just simplify the process. Each layer has its own problem and you can solve one problem at a time. And it is really important that you wait for each successful layer to dry before continuing. This is to avoid problems like cracking, things like that. Just enjoy the process. Don't rush anything, and before you know it, it'll come together as one beautiful finished painting. Right, so this is the second color layer, where I'll be addressing the color variations, fixing my previous mistakes, glazing my shadow even more so it's darker and deeper, sculpting the lighter value so it pops even more, fixing the edges so it's neater. Well, there are so many things to do, but as I said before, simplify the process. Do one thing at a time. Like the year here, I'm redefining the years. Well, I can start anywhere. Really, there is no rule. But generally, I start from the worst looking thing of my painting, which I really want to fix ASAP. So right now, I'm focusing on the hair. I think the hair needs some lighter value and some definition, and this is what I'm doing right now. Just focus at one problem at a time. And moving on to the clothes, I want to define it even further, giving it some more details, some definitions, so it's more readable. And also, I need to glaze the shadow even further. Then moving on to the abstract background, so I really love doing this abstract thing. I don't really like just copying photograph to my canvas. This is not hyperrealism, and more like photorealism with abstract, if that makes sense. I've been really into this mixing two styles together since like 4 years ago, and it's not like I hate hyperrealism, anti-hyperrealism or something like that. It's just I really do enjoy this kind of art more, and I believe art is about what we enjoy the most, and that's important to me. Otherwise, why do it if you're not enjoying it, right? After quite some time, this is what I ended up with, and it's time to paint some details. I want to spend more time detailing, especially the face and the hair area, because that's more my main focal point. The painting should be like 99% completed at this point, but it's this detailing stage that will bring the painting into the next level. Well, that was so much fun. I hope you guys learned something new today. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.